They say every town hides its secrets, but some secrets are buried too deep to stay hidden forever. In Hawkins, Indiana, whispers began with missing children, flickering lights, and an uneasy chill that crept into homes at night. Parents searched, police questioned, but no one could explain the claw marks on the walls or the strange growls echoing through empty woods. At first, it felt like an old folk tale, the kind kid's tale to scare each other, until the first body disappeared without a trace. No one knew its name, not yet. To the children, it became the Demogorgon, a name pulled from their game, a monster from fantasy suddenly made flesh. But this was no game. What stepped through the tier between worlds was real, and it hungered. It came from the upside down, a twisted reflection of reality where air was heavy and skies were filled with floating ash. From that place of rotten silence, it crossed over, hunting in the dark corners of Hawkins where no one would believe such things could exist. It moved differently than anything human, tall, lean, its grey skin stretched tight over corded muscle. Where a face should be, there was only smooth flesh, blank and eyeless, until it opened like a grotesque flower. 5 fleshy petals curling back to reveal rows of teeth glistening with saliva. No eyes to see, only senses tuned to blood and fear. The moment those petals spread wide, the moment you heard the tearing sound of flesh peeling open, it was already too late. Its voice was as haunting as its face. Low growls built into ragged screeches, rising into a scream that felt like it came from inside your bones. That sound was not warning. It was promise, a promise that it had found you, and nothing you did could stop what came next. The Demogorgon stalked its prey in silence, slipping between dimensions with ease, dragging its victims into the upside down where no light could reach them. Bullets shattered against its hide. Fire slowed it, but did not kill it. Every step it took left Hawkins closer to collapse. For the children, this was never meant to be their fight, yet fate forced them to face it. Will Byers vanished into thin air. Mike, Lucas, and Dustin searched the woods only to stumble upon 11, the girl with the shaved head, with power she barely understood. She had opened the door between worlds. Now she was the only one who could close it. Together, they gave the nameless beast its name, and as they hunted it, it hunted them. The showdown came in the halls of Hawkins Middle School. Traps were laid, nails hammered into bats, Molotov cocktails clutched by shaking hands. The Demogorgon burst through doors like paper, each roar shaking lockers from the walls. Fire exploded, bullets flew, and still it came, relentless, unbroken, unstoppable, until 11 stepped forward. Her small frame shook with exhaustion, blood streaking her face, but in her eyes burned something stronger than fear. She raised a hand, power crackling in the air. The monster froze mid-lunge, petals opening wide in a final scream. The walls trembled as the upside down clawed at reality, and with a scream of her own, 11 released everything she had left. Light engulfed them both, and in an instant, they were gone. Silence fell over Hawkins. The Demogorgon was dead. 11 had vanished. But death is not an ending, not here. The gate remained. The upside down still breathed beneath their feet, waiting. The Demogorgon became legend, the first shadow, the first nightmare. And though greater horrors would follow, none would ever erase the memory of that faceless creature stalking the woods. It screamed, tearing through the quiet of Hawkins nights. So when the lights flicker and the growl rises from the shadows, remember, Hawkins changed forever the night the Demogorgon appeared, and that nightmare was only the first. There are older monsters, darker legends, and creatures far more terrifying waiting beyond this story. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and tell us in the comments which monster you want to face next. Because once you step into the shadows with us, there is no turning back.